So hello everyone and welcome back to our series of tutorials. Again, this is still from Quantalpha algorithms, and for this video we will going to have our topic on how to make money in Forex. Still, this is under Forex 101, exploring the world of Forex trading. So first topic here is how to read Forex code. Okay guys, in every forex trading that you may engage with, there will always be a forex code. And that forex code is always composed of two currencies. Okay? Again, that forex code is always composed of two currencies. The first currency on the left hand side is the base currency. Okay? And the second currency on my right hand side is what we call the code currency. Okay, and I just fixed this one. Ayun, okay. So, GBP USD, for example, no, the base currency is the GBP and the USD is the quote currency. So, what does this Forex quote means, no? So, GBP USD equals 1.51258. Meaning to say, don't forget, my friends, that every base currency is equivalent to 1. Again, every base currency is equivalent to 1. Meaning to say, in every one Great Britain pound, that is equivalent to 1.51258 United States dollar. Again, in every one Great Britain pound, that is equivalent to 1.5128 United States dollar. So that's the meaning of the forex code. So if that is the case, what currency is the stronger? No, is it the GBP or the USD? Okay, actually, the answer for that question is the GBP because it only requires 1 unit of Great Britain pound to be able to match the 1.51. Okay, the 1.51258 units of United States dollar. For another analogy is, I am a Great Britain pound, I am a boxer from GBP or from UK, I am a boxer from UK, I am just one. And a boxer from United States is actually 15. They are 15, I am only one. And we are matched. Okay, meaning to say, if that is the case, no, GBP USD equals 1.51258, the currency that is stronger is the GBP compared to the USD. Okay, another thing, we have this ideology of the long and short. When we say long forex market, you are opting to buy. No, you are buying here and then you are selling higher. Okay, that's long. The concept of short is you are selling here and then you are buying here. No, the sell comes first before you close the order by having your buy position. That's the shorting. Okay, that's the concept of shorting in forex market. This is not available in some of the stock market in some of the countries, but some of the countries right now with their stock markets are actually available, can be shorted. No, but for some countries, for some reasons, they are not allowing shorting. Okay, so another example for shorting is that you are selling first before you are buying. Okay, that's the shorting. For example, I have here this is my hard drive, no. So, if long position, no, let's just have the analogy in the physical world. So, for the long one, no, I have bought this hard drive and I will post it into social media. Hey, my friends, I am selling my hard drive for this amount of money. Okay, so I bought this first before I am selling it to public. And then when somebody got interested with my hard drive, I'm going to give it to him or to her, and then the transaction is now done. Okay, in shorting, guys, I am first I will find first my supplier. Okay? And if ever, or rather, I'm sorry, I got confused. In shorting, I will post first that I am selling a hard drive. But in fact, I don't have any hard drive on hand. Okay? And then if ever that one of my friend get interested and wants to buy my hard drive, but in fact there's no hard drive on me on hand, no, that will be the time for me to find a supplier that can okay, that can sell me a hard drive at a lower cost so that I will have a profit. By that way, okay, I have a first sell before I buy the hard drive from the supplier. Same concept in forex market. That's how shorting goes. Okay, so bid and ask terms are like the if ever I am about to long or I am about to buy, no, the price for that is the bid price. So if I am the seller or I am the trader that is about to go short, the price for that is the ask. Okay, bid for buyer, ask for seller, and the spread is basically the difference between the two. Okay? And next one, we have here the measure, like the pips and pipits. So 1.58754, the fourth decimal place is what we call the pips, and the fifth decimal place is what we call the pipits. Okay, for example, let's read it here. Euro USD 1.2271. That is the current price. And after some seconds or after some minutes, the price goes up and it actually turns to 1.2272. So meaning to say, the price of Euro USD goes up by 1 pip. Okay, so from 2271, it is now 2272. If ever from the current price of 1.2271, after some time, after some seconds or some minutes, the price now went down to 1.2270, meaning to say the price of Euro USD goes down 1 pip. Okay, so that's how we read a forex code. Now, with regards to lot sizing, actually we have different lot size. But in the first place, what is a lot size? Okay, a lot size is the amount or the amount of the units that we are trying to buy or to sell in every forex transactions. So we have different lot size, but the general one is actually the standard lot, and this is what I am recommending to you if ever that you're going to open your account with a forex broker. No, please do open a forex account with standard lot. Okay, because that is the standard. If you wanted to explore, no, you can go to the three other lot size. But for now, let's have the discussion first for the standard lot. So basically, a standard lot is equivalent to 100,000 units of the currency that you are trading. Okay? And per lot is 1 volume, 1.00 volume. And in every pip movement, just like on our example a while ago on the previous slide, in every pip movement, in every 1 pip, the equivalent value for that 1 pip movement in dollars is actually $10. That's actually how much it moves. Okay, so for in our example, Euro USD goes up 1 pip. That equivalents to a profit of $10 if and only if you have opened your account with a broker using a standard lot. Okay, but if you are actually having your account with mini lot only, no, that is equivalent to 10,000 units, 0.1 volume, and every pip move is equivalent to $1. In micro, that is equivalent to 1,000 units of the currency that you are trading, and that's equivalent to 0.01 volume, and in every pip moves, that is only $0.1 per pip. And the lowest lot size is actually the nano lot. Nano lot is per nano lot is 100 units. Okay, that is corresponding to 0.001 volume, and in every pip movement that's very small, no, $0.01 only. Okay, so those are the lot sizing. Now, regarding to the types of orders, we actually have two different types of orders. If ever that we will going to have our trading na, no, the first one is the market order, meaning to say whatever the price in the market, we will not be choosing any other price, but if ever what is the available price in the market, we will going to trade that price right now. Okay, that is the market order. And another one, the pending order. When we say pending orders, we have 4 different types. Some other brokers have 6, but in general, since this is a general overview on the fundamentals of forex market, I'm going to discuss only the four. Okay, the buy stop, the buy limit, the sell stop, and the sell limit. So what is the difference between these 4? Guys, imagine that all the blue dots are actually the entry price or the current price. Again, all the blue dots are the current price. Now, for the buy stop, it says here that order placed above price and price keeps going up. So, for example, the current price is here, the blue one, okay, the price, and you are forecasting somehow that the price will go up, but you don't want to enter now. Okay? You're saying to yourself that if ever the price will go up, that's the time that I'm going to enter, because that's the time that I will be sure on myself that it is really a bullish market. Okay, so you're going to have your position higher than the current price, which is the blue dot here. Okay, so that is the buy stop. Okay, vice versa with the buy limit. For the buy limit, you are still forecasting it to go up, but you will going to place your order below the current price, because the ideology here is you are saying to yourself that the major, okay, that the major movement is uptrend, but before it goes out higher, no, it will go lower first, just it to take some bounce. Okay, and that will be the place where you're going to have your order, and that is the reason why it is called buy limit. Okay, so for the third one, we have the sell stop. It says here that sell stop, order placed below price and price keeps going down. So for example, the blue dot here is the current price. You are forecasting that the price of that specific asset that you are trading will go down. But you don't want to enter the market right now, because you're saying to yourself that you're going to enter the market when the price goes lower, no, quite some lower, so and then you're going to enter. That's the reason of uh taking some call for this order as sell stop. Okay, you're going to place your order below the current price, because when it goes down, you are now sure that it really goes down. Okay? Other way for sell limits, vice versa of sell stop, and somehow the vice versa also of the buy limit. When we say sell limit, this order placed above price and price then goes down. For example, the blue dot is the current price and you are forecasting that asset will go down. Okay, now, you're saying to yourself that yes, no, you are true that, yes, I am true that it will go down, but before it goes down, it will goes up a little bit higher, just to take some bounce, and that will be the time for me to place my trade before it goes lower. Okay, so you are optimizing the, or you are utilizing the bounce a little bit higher before it goes deeper. Okay, so that is the sell limit. I hope you got it, my friends. And then let's move on to types of trading account. Okay, so for types of trading account, we only have two types of trading account, the demo and the live. So the difference for this trading accounts is quite too easy, because in demo account, our money is somehow fake. Virtual money, that's the right term. Okay, so we have here the virtual money, but the currency and the market that we are trading on our trading software is actually live. Okay, the only that is the reason why it is called demo, because the money that we are using to trade is virtual, but the environment, the market environment, the market itself is actually the real market. Okay, in live account, this is now the type of trading account where you are trading using your real money. So if ever you will have some profits, that's yours. No, you can actually withdraw it. And if ever that you will going to have some losses, you can't withdraw it. Because that's live. No, so that's the difference between the demo and the live. So I hope I provide you a somehow extensive fundamentals of the Forex 101 for this series of lecture that we had. Again, this is from Quantalpha Algorithms. If you have your friends, please do invite them to sign up on our free Forex trading online course available only at www.quantalphaalgorithms.com. So this Forex trading course comes with a certificate of completion upon completion of the course. Okay, so again, this is from Quantalpha Algorithms, and thank you everyone. See you on our next course.